I'm completely lost. I've got 10 years of experience. Why am I not finding anything? First off, I'm really sorry that you're in this situation. Just know that you're not alone and finding a job is extremely challenging. However, if you are in this situation, I'm going to suggest a few things. The first thing to do is actually look at the jobs you're applying for. Sometimes you're applying for jobs that you're overqualified for, underqualified for. Um, Sometimes there's jobs that you're just asking too much money for. There are a lot of reasons, but you've got to look at the jobs that you're applying for and just make sure that you're at least 60 to 80% qualified and it's within the salary range that you're targeting. The next thing you want to look at is your resume. You want to make sure your resume is data driven, that you're listing KPIs, numbers, anything that's relevant to the positions you're applying for. And you also want to make sure that based on the job description, it's clear that you're telling a story that you would be able to do this job based on what the job description says. The best way to do this is to look at the bullet points and then look at the bullet points in your resume to make sure it makes sense. Now, if your resume is getting you callbacks to interviews, then we need to move on to the second phase, which is understanding how those interviews are going. The best thing to do is to break it down into three separate sections. You've got the phone screen, which is typically a quick call with a recruiter. You've got an actual interview with the hiring manager and the team, and then you have the kind of final interview stages as well. So if we look at the phone screen, it's usually a 20 to 30 minute phone screen where they're just asking you basic questions about your background, making sure it's in line with what they're seeking in the position. If you cannot get past this point, what I suggest doing is actually recording those calls. You can just have your phone on speaker, you can record a Zoom meeting, and then you're going to want to review to make sure that you're answering the questions clearly. If you're getting past the phone screen and you're having problems in the interview, then you need to just, again, record either the Zoom interview. You can record what's being said with your phone if it's a Zoom interview. But you want to record it no matter what. And you want to go back and see how you're answering questions, how people are responding. And then really you just want to keep on doing this and practicing to get better. Same with the final interview. It's the same thing. Record it if you can. Hear the answers that you're giving. And really be self-critical as well. So if you're getting to all those points and still not getting a job, then you need to look at, potentially why you're missing out on those final offers. Now, keep in mind that right now it's a really competitive market, and I did see that you are in marketing and client relationships, which I think, we're going to see those areas hit pretty hard, and a lot of people have been laid off. So depending on how long the job search is being, I'm sure in the last couple of months it has been a challenge. The other thing you're going to want to do is if you're working with a recruiter, or there's recruiters involved in the process, always have preparation calls with them. They're going to be able to give you valuable insight into what's going to be asked in those interview questions. So hopefully this helps out a little bit. You can connect with me on LinkedIn as well. I might be able to give you some other resources.